Hey guys, back once again. Anyways, I was actually going through my old comment section because it's absurdly full. I haven't been here in a while, okay, as you can probably tell. So, I get back and I find this video response. And he had apparently said that he was doing a re-review on the Dot Hack GU series. And then he ends up calling me an inspiration. Honestly, I'm humbled, flattered beyond all belief that somebody would be considering me a form of inspiration. I got a lot of compliments out of that video, and it went to my head for a minute. I thought, wow, I never thought that I could inspire somebody like this. But, I don't know, it's what we're here for. I mean, we're here to entertain, we're here to give a little insight. That's what I always thought it was, anyways. I'm getting off kilter, so let's get to this. I decided to review one of the first games I had picked up for the DS, and that is Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. You can see the main character there, Shinoa, trippy blood rapier. But yes, the general premise of the story is that sometime during the 19th century, the Belmont clan has up and vanished, and the vampire killer, their sacred weapon, has disappeared along with them. Now, with nobody to defend against Dracula and his minions, the Order of Ecclesia was founded to basically keep the enemies of good at bay, using ulterior motives and ulterior methods. But, anyways, basically, we come to, in the intro, Shinoa heading for the ceremony which will align her to the Dominus glyph, Ecclesia's most powerful weapon. And during the ceremony, another character, Albus, interrupts the ceremony, causes a cataclysmic reaction, and causes Shinoa's memories and emotion to vanish. She wakes up a couple of weeks later, goes through a couple of training regiments where we learn how to use the glyphs, the glyph unions, and basically learn that it is an incredibly high-paced system compared to classic Castlevanias. Basically, you deal with a magic bar that constantly regenerates at a fairly quick speed. And this way you're capable of using glyph attacks at a sort of combo-esque rate. Like, you're capable of whipping them out one after the other. Not to that specific speed, but you get the general premise. Anyways, your mission at first is clear. Find Albus and get the Dominus glyph back, so you can beat Dracula and end of story. Turns out it's not always that simple. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it, but it's a great game. You should pick it up. Anyways, mechanics and gameplay, it's a standard 2D Castlevania that we all have come to love. Okay? It's a system. You know what? Konami had it right. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You got a system that works, keep using it. A lot of people will complain that the 2D era is over. I don't think so. I enjoy the 2D era as much as the next classic gamer, but that's just me. Anyways, like I mentioned, you have a glyph combo system which allows you to repeatedly use glyphs in order to produce specific effects. And there's some most of them are for weapons, but I've also noticed you got elemental attacks, summoning abilities, transformation, stat enhancing. It's brilliantly put together. Music, you have our traditional Castlevania, Konami sort of soundtrack that's going on, and I actually noticed that none of the tracks in the game were a remix of any of the old games. It was a completely new score, and it actually turned out to fit the scenario a lot of times. There were a lot of ones for the darker and creepy more environments, and then ones that really got you going and really got you into the environment that you were in, especially the one for Dracula's Castle. That one's just great. Considering that one changes over a period of time depending on which area of the castle is in. I'm not going to spoil anything, I'm not doing it. Anyways, the basic story, like I said, a lot of twists and turns after you find out your mission, and you generally end up confronting Albus sooner or later. You run across a number of things that start to question your resolve about the whole thing, about Dominus, about everything. And you eventually get past all that, find out that your leader, Barlow, is not exactly all that he seems, and then you go after Dracula. You know, standard stuff. I'm glad that they actually decided to add in an air of conspiracy. It was a spice to a very old recipe that I really enjoy. Anyways, that's generally the concept of it. Another thing I'd like to mention is that the use of certain mechanics in the game also, it's just, I don't understand why people call it a Metroidvania, okay? Sure, the system is that you explore areas, get power-ups, use those power-ups to explore other areas, so on and so forth, rinse and repeat, blah, 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 blah. But Metroid has always been one of my top favorites on the list. It is practically the top favorite game series of all time. Like, nothing makes me happier than to play a Metroid game. Castlevania sits at third place. I will eventually be reviewing spot 2 for that. That's actually going to be my next review. But, yeah. You end up going through Dracula's castle, and, that's basically it. It's a tried and true method that never ceases to amaze. Anyways, that should be all for right now. I got a couple of things that need taken care of over here, but, rate, question, suggest, comment. Try to keep the comments positive and with a relative lack of stupidity. I noticed that a couple of them were really geared towards... Never mind. People are entitled to your opinions. I'm not going to hold it against you. But, yeah, Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia, Nintendo DS. Play it. Enjoy it. If you're a big fan of that series. It definitely brings the 2D prospect back to life and keeps it strong. Anyways, this is Falzy. Falls, Folias, whatever you prefer. And, yeah, this is my review on Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. I will catch you guys later with Overlord 2. Peace out.